Greetings Internet, your typical so-and-so here, back with yet another LEGO miniature guns build. In this video, we'll be covering the anti-tank rifle of the Red Army born out of simplicity, the PTRD-41. This is by design a bolt-action rifle, and frankly not the first one on this channel as such, considering the Great War prior. The majority of this design comprises of this knob brick to flat attachment thing I have going on for the barrel design. Allow me to explain. Typically for each 3 stud distance are 2 studs in between each knob brick where the flat is connected. Since this is an elongated configuration, you would think you would see this kind of pattern throughout the whole barrel. However, what I have found is that for each 4 bricks in between the knob bricks, you would accommodate for every flat of at least 7 studs long, as you can see here. So if you happen to have a shortage of 1x1 flats as a result of supposed numerous upcoming projects like I have here, this, I reckon, would be an acceptable economical solution. Of course, considering the weapon in question, we cannot leave out the bipod. And so for that feature, I just bolted into the sides of the barrel of this design. From there, it gets a little complicated. Moving on forward, or should I say backward, give or take, another feature is this bulge bar from the middle of the gun. That's actually the chamber for the loaded bullet. As for where to load the round, what I ended up doing is that I had a 1x2 flat piece atop and below a 1x1 quad knob brick, just barely covered by the 2x4 flats as the round chamber as it makes up. At 6 studs apart, there is another 1x1 quad knob brick facing the opposite way in which the hollow stud is sticking out for the bolt. The idea of that is that the gap in between the 2 1x1 quad knob bricks is equal to the length of the chamber, just like the actual rifle in real life. As for behind and below the receiver is where it gets rather interesting. Just off to the right is this angled ramp, and further back to the left is the cheek rest for the soldier firing the weapon. The reason for this angled piece to the right is that the PTRD-41 may be a bolt action rifle by design, but the caliber it fires gives off a massive recoil. So as the spent round is ejected downward, that recoil will push the bolt backward and angle that bolt handle upward, allowing the soldier operating it to load a better round for greater efficiency of rate of fire. This is probably the longest miniature gun I've built to date. It's almost as long as my laptop computer. Admittedly, this may not be the most structurally sound design given what it's based off of. There is a lot of sway between the chamber and receiver, making the bolt action feature a lot less applicable without having to break the model entirely. Just handling it itself required a lot of attention and correction. It was a challenging build for an anti-tank rifle that was built out of sheer simplicity for the Great Patriotic War on the Eastern Front, which has resulted in what you see here in this video. Single shot, and unironically a miniature anti-tank gun itself, the PTRD-41. If you've made it thus far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another LEGO miniature guns build.